me, please type 111 on the chat box. Just type 111 on the chat box. Let me know you're with me. Okay, I'm seeing your messages. Thank you very much. That means I am clear, I am audible. Thank you. Thank you. Jaja, how is it going? It's been a while. I saw your brake lights. How are you doing? Or is it the same Jaja that used to join us? Or is it another one?
Yes, sir. It's the same Jaja.
Okay, you're welcome. How is it going?
Thank you. Fine.
Okay, you're welcome, sir. All right. So let's let's see what we have for today. I hope my screen is up, please. I hope you are seeing my screen. Okay, Osti is seeing my screen. All right, that's good. That means you can all see my screen. All right. So today is the 10th of December. What do we have for today on the economic calendar? You know the drill. Oh, today is beauty. Today is a wonderful day. We have a lot of news today. Have a lot of news today. Okay, 2:30 news. Where's my pen not working? Ah, what's the problem? What's the problem? My pen is not. My pen is not ready to do. Ah, okay. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. It's just not working. That means I might have to use a pointer. This is new. We've not had this one before. All right, so we have news for 2:30. We have on USD, we have, you see, we have a lot of red folder news, so we will be very busy. 3:45, we have something for the Canadian dollar. 4:30 Canadian dollar, and then 8 p.m. we have rates. Where the rates for the interest rates for the USD maybe we don't know yet because we're expecting a rate cut. So at that time, we're going to know what the data is going to be. And then of course we have FOMC. So I believe that at this point the market should be very, very volatile. Okay, so let's be aware of that. Give me a second, please. Let me stop sharing and share again if my pen will start working because I need it to work. I don't know what the matter is, please. Uh, I need the pen. The pen is very helpful. Let me try again. Okay. I think we are good now. Can you see my writing?
Yes, you can see it.
Okay, 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 okay. Okay, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Don't know what that glitch was, but no problem. Uh, what do we have for today? So I'll just share one or two things and then we keep it going. First of all, our USD card trade is in profits. If you are on this trade, can I see your charts? Can I see your chart if you are on this trade? Can I see your 111 on the chat box? If you're on the trade, can I see your 111 on the chat box? That's wonderful. So we are already 1 hour in. We have done 1 to 1 already. We are still looking to get more. Beautiful, beautiful, wonderful. I'm seeing your messages. We're looking to get more. We're looking to get more. At least two, at least maybe from 2 to 3 hour, and then these are final targets for USD card. So how do we join in a re-entry? What can we do to get a re-entry? All right. So let me go. Let's analyze it from the higher time frame. Give me a second, please. Give me a second. Stay with me. Okay. So we, of course, we're all here now. We're all here when price did not even come to this area yet. We expected. I just called it that I'll be looking for a buy when price drops into this. You can say the other block that is here. Okay, I'm looking for a buy there. So you see that price dropped into the other block. So the new week came, swept the previous week low, showing that we should buy till this high. Is it not? So I was very much interested. Daily time frame came, did the same thing on the daily. We sweeping the previous day's low on the daily or weekly. We sweep the previous day or the previous week's low. It means we should go for the opposite direction of that candle. So if we sweep the high, we should come for the low. Or if we sweep the low, we should come for the high. So we swept the low of the previous day's candle like this. So we're expecting to buy. So we now went to H4. H4 gave us two beautiful confirmations, okay, by giving us an expansion and giving us a fully bullish engulfing candle formation. So you see the way price just came back, tapped it, and started the move. So I'm expecting more. It's not, so it's supposed to have given me more move by now. H4, so give us something like this. So what, if you notice what's happening here, something is happening here that I like. And that is this build-up that is here, this build-up. See this build-up that is happening here? I love it a lot. You know why? Because if we get a push like this with momentum, this guy becomes our re-entry. We'll just buy from here. Yes, we'll just buy from there. Okay? But we need H4. We need H4 candle to come in with, momentum to close above like this. All right? If we can get H4 to come and close above, this guy will now be our re-entry. We can now buy from there to continue. Okay? So if you're not on the trade, that is your next station to join. Sorry, if you're not on the trade, that's your next station to join. So this guy, like this, want price to just give us a nice H4 that has imbalance. You know how we do it here now. We have that imbalance, so we can now trade. This guy will now be our inducement. We can now trade from here to continue upwards. Okay. So for now, we just want H4 to give us a new leg. A new leg will confirm a re-entry, also continue buying. Is that okay? So that's what I'm looking out for USD CAD. Okay, so I wanted to just quickly point that out before we continue. So I'll just drop some directions. If we have some trades, I'll call it out, and then we are good. Like we say, we don't need to always keep us here for a long time. Okay, we just come analyze the market and then we keep it going. Staying here does not mean markets will go in our favor. Okay, there's no guarantee by staying in the market for a long time. No guarantee. Let's see AUD CAD for today. Oof. We had a nice trade here yesterday. What's it called? Yesterday. But price failed to tap the other block. So I think price just used the key level. Price just used the key level. Those in a boot camp will appreciate what just happened here. All right. Those in a boot camp will appreciate how price just used that key level to fly. You can see the criteria. Everything was intact. So sometimes this other block now may be a problem. Price just used the key level and it has gone up. But there's no problem. There's no problem. My own is always, what is the way forward? I don't like to sulk over trades that they not do what's supposed to do. So what's the way forward is my own concern. So if I come to the H4, what do you see? You see that we have a new expansion here. Should I show you on the line chart? Is my magnet tool on? It's on. Why is it being slow now? Okay, so you see we have a new expansion. Should I show you on the line chart? Let me show you the line chart. Can you see? Yeah, we have broken that structure. That candle took the high. So that's an expansion. Okay, that's an expansion to continue buying. Now, you are not wrong if you say this guy is still valid. Honestly, it is still very much valid. Why am I saying so? Because this guy here can serve as inducement. Okay, this guy can serve as inducement. You can also call it trend line liquidity like this. That price can do this and buy. You are very, very correct. Is that okay? You are very, very correct. But the thing is, we need to be focusing on, our one is how can we just, because we don't know if price will come back here. Is that okay? We don't know if price will come back here. Yes, it can. But for now, you ask yourself, what is the most recent expansion? That is your new trading range. Okay? If you have something like this, something like this, something like this. Now, this entry that you have here is still very much valid. Yes, it can actually still trade from there. Is that okay? We can still trade from there very well. But we need to ask ourselves, what is the most recent expansion so that we can join in the new information and be trading. If you check all those JPY pairs, you'll see that there are a lot of, should I say, backlog of expansion that price has not reacted from. Price was just going up, going up, using the most recent expansion to go up. The most recent one to go up. So imagine waiting for the one that was all the way down here. It means you'll not take any trade now, and the trade has run to TP. Is that okay? So on that GJ, I'll finish on that. I'll show you something on GJ. So what is my view now? AUD card has done a new push. So I'm looking for where we have fair value gap. And all of these areas have fair value gap. So this guy is very, very interesting for a re-entry. Is that okay? Now, if this one fails, you know that price wants to come back for this guy. But for now, we have to deal with what we are currently having at hand. So this is how the re-entry should be from this guy. SL can keep your SL below there. But if you're more aggressive, you put it under here. Is that okay? So this is what the next trade should be for AUD card. All right. Let me see the 3 hours time frame. Okay. 3 hours is giving us. Okay, we still have one more hour for this candle to close to give us to confirm fair value gap in 1 hour 35 minutes. When this candle closes, it will confirm a fair value gap. But let me see. 2 hours already confirmed fair value gap. 2 hours already confirmed. That's why I'm going to stick with the 2 hours information. Okay. So your SL can be below here or here, depending on what works for you. And then, of course, we are still looking for this high. Okay. See how we're very bullish. It's very simple. Okay. The reason why we are bullish like this is because of this. I see where we're coming from. I thought about this thing a lot of times on the live session. See this low, this major low. Price took it with a week. Can you see? So you see, price did this, came back, took here with a week. So what should price do? Price should trade back to the high that started the retracement. Is that okay? The fact that price took here with a week, price did not do body closure. Price did only week closure. So price should go back to the high because all of this now is retracement. So price should go back to the high of that retracement. Is that okay? That's why I'm still looking very, very, bullish on this guy. Is that okay? All right. So let's continue. What else do we have? Let's see AUDCHF. What's happening on that guy? That was looking interesting. It was looking very interesting. Okay, so we're looking very bullish on this guy, as you can see. We still have a long way to go. We have a long, long, long way to go. So price did something yesterday by sweeping the previous day low and then closing above it impulsively with a body. Can you see that? Making this guy very, very interesting for a buy. Let me see. Let me see the reason why price may want to sell. No, we closed with a body. Okay. We now started a new move. Okay. So this is the first place I was looking for a price to come back to trade. This is an expansion on the weekly. I want price to come back to trade. And I think it's still very valid on the daily. Yeah, look at it on the day. Still very fine on the daily time frame. But now if we go to the H4 now, you see that we have what? We have a new trading range here. Can you see that? Price swept this place. Price swept this place. And then did what? And then broke structure. So we have a sweep and break of structure. And then we have some liquidity being built up here. Is that okay? So looking at price just sinking here, and then we buy. Is that okay? Sorry. That's what I'm looking at for AUD CHF, all right? I'm looking for a buy. Now, this is our final take profit. Of course, every time we take previous high, we are good for TPs. TP1 can be this previous high, and then we can be buying until we get to this point. Is that okay? So this is what I'm looking at for AUD CHF. It's a valid trade. Let me see if I can also talk about why I had the trade. So this place was once supposed to be a sell area, you can see. So you see that price funded those sells, but came back to that place in the future and broke impulsively. So what price simply did was to come back to interact with that zone by sweeping this candle and then pushing up. Can you see that? So if I go to the H4 now, you see that this was an expansion. See, this was the expansion. All right. So price, I'm just taking it from the week. So price still had this long order block candle here. This long order block candle that has not yet settled. Okay. Price needs to settle his debt. And this other block candle was his debt. So there's every tendency for price to just sweep this guy, tap here, and then buy. So that's what I'm looking at for ADCHF. So I've talked about did I call it trade on AED card? Okay, yeah, re-entry bar for those that did not enter the trade. Okay. So we also have this one. So like as usual, please, you must not take everything. If your account, if you should have a risk threshold, okay? Something that works for your account size. And then you know what, okay, can I take this one? Can I take this one? If I cannot, I stay away from this one and I take this one. So this guy is looking very fine for AUD CHF. So let me type this one out. Let's see. My own is to wake up in the morning and take risk. That's what we do here. Buy limits. And then TP, you can leave your TP open. Okay. Leave your TP open because we have an interesting amount we want to go. But when we get to this high, secure something here. Okay, secure something here. When we get to this high, and then 3R, secure something, or you can take profit at 3R. In fact, let me just keep the TP at 3R because I know a lot of us will not hold to this place. Let me just type the TP to be at 3R. So this is what I'm looking at. Okay, this is my view. So basically is running in profits, and then we have this one. So let's see what we can get out of the markets from ADCHF. All right, my overall drawn liquidity is still all the way up here. I'm expecting us to keep buying. All right. Of course, if this place should fail, price just wants to come and fill this. Price wants to come and interact with this zone that you left behind in the past. So that's it. Okay. All right. So that's where I'll be, and I think you should be there too. So that's AUD CHF. There's something for USD CHF. Let me explain this guy before. So this one okay, this one has triggered. This one has triggered. So this is the trade. Let me show you the trade now. Should I delete everything? Let me delete everything. I like the clean charts. So something happened on the monthly. We would say, yes, we should sell from here, come to this guy. You are absolutely correct. Okay. Because we swept the last month swept the previous month high. So we should come for that month's low, that month's candle low. Is it not? You are correct. Now, after this has happened, what is weekly supposed to do? Weekly should expand to the downside. But look at what the weekly time frame did. Instead of expanding to the downside to take this low, rather it did what? It came here, tried to take the low, it failed and came back to expand upwards. Can you see this? Can you see? Instead of it expanding, see, let me draw a line. It was supposed to take this low to confirm an expansion, but it did not. But it turned around to do what? Turned around to come and take the high. Expansion now happened on the high. Is that okay? So now that was a problem for us. So coming today, I now saw this. I now saw this guy. So normally we should sell down, is it not? But at the same time, last week now also did something again by sweeping the previous week's low. So we should come for this guy. All right. But now something is happening again that I'm just seeing now. And it is this sweep. So that trade I wanted to call for us, I'm not going to call it again. I'm sorry. I'm not going to call that trade again because I don't want to expose you to something that can possibly affect. I don't want to give you a trade that is shaky. I want to give you a trade that I know that this is a trade that has fulfilled all our criteria. Is that okay? The way this candle is coming back bearish into our entry is not what I like to see. Okay, because now price can be doing this to come for here. Is that okay? And our buy is within this region. If this candle was still at least a bullish candle as at the time it touched our entry, I would have given the call. But now there's a lot of information happening here. Monthly has swept, weekly is also sweeping, and also doing another sweep here. So Unfortunately, that trade I wanted to call for us, I'm going to hold off on that trade. Is that okay? Because it has become a risky trade with the way weekly is giving me this information. Okay, so I'm just making my mind up now. Honestly, I was going to call the traders at the time I entered, but seeing what's happened now on the weekly time frame, I'm going to advise that we sit out. Let's get clear. The things are always very clear. USD card was very clear, so we called it. So when trade is not clear like this, I don't like trade that if I enter, I'm not at peace for the rest of the day. I like a trade that I can enter and I even forget that I entered the trade. Why? Because I am at peace with that trade. Is that okay? So if there's something they say, set and forget, that means enter the trade and forget. You cannot set and forget in this kind of situation. You cannot, because we are having information to sell, and this one. There's also information to buy, yes, but the fact that there is still sell information there is a tug of war. So that's not a peaceful trade for me. If you are good with taking a trade like that, no problem. That's on you. But for me and for this live session, I'm going to cancel. I'm going to hold off from calling that trade. Is that okay? Let me even delete it here. Let it give me something that is clear. If it doesn't give me something that is clear, I'm going to stay away from it. Is that okay? That's how we do it, please. All right, so I'm good. I'm good. All right, so let's do something else. Let's do something else. What's AED USD saying? What's AED USD saying? AED USD is buying, no. AED USD is buying. This guy should buy. This guy should buy till this place. AED USD should buy till this place. The bootcamp people will appreciate what's happening here. So you see, we came from this low, this support here. So you should come to buy up to where this thing started from. So weekly gave us this nice expansion here. Okay, that's nice. So let's see the daily information. Okay, daily came, reacted off this guy. See this expansion, this key level. Price was here. Price started from here rather, then played around, then came and broke it. This guy was inducement, and then we had something here, at the key level here. So price just took this guy and started buying again. Can you see that? Good. So let's do the H4. What's the H4 saying? This guy. Okay, this was yesterday's trade. I did not analyze the USD yesterday. I came back to see this nice buy. I said, Kai, I would have given this one out so that we use one and hold ourselves for the week. But it's well.
See shaking money,
Very
City.
nice,
Now you let
very
them
nice. This was supposed to be the buy. Kai, I didn't analyze this guy yesterday. And nobody even called it to my attention. So that I analyzed. There's no way I wouldn't have seen this trade. This was a very nice trade. But it's fine. It's fine. So what's the way forward now? Let's see H4. What's H4 doing? Good. So we have about 1 hour, 23 minutes for H4 to close. I want H4 to close the way it is. Can you see that we have a new key level formation here? We have an expansion and something like a key level here. I like how price has, interacted with this guy so many times. So if these 4 hours can close like this, we will be confirming a new place to trade from. Is that okay? So let's see H3. Let's see okay. Where would I be looking for the price to come and trade from? Let me see. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4. Okay, let me use 3 hours for that. That'll be 2. Let me see. If I draw my feed from here to here, okay, they see this guy now. This guy has you see that 50% region has a fair value gap inside of it. I'm interested. I'm very much interested. So I can do this. If this guy closed like that, I'll enter from here. If this expansion happens, I should be looking for this guy as an entry. But this guy is not yet ready until that 4 hours expands. So this can be the trade. You can put it below here, depending, because some of us like to cover the entire low. There are other ways to play stop loss, but for the purpose of this call, let's do the one we all know. Okay. And then where are we going for? Are we going for this guy? Are we? I'm going for this guy. But you see, this trade is not yet ready. I'm not going to place anything yet. We need this candle to close, because within the next 1 hour, this candle can come and close like this. And then at this point, this thing is valid. It's invalid rather. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this so that you don't even think I'm calling a trade. So this is a possible re-entry. If we close like this, right? We close like this, we can expect a buy from here. Okay, let me see. Let me see some. Oh, wow. Okay, 3 hours is looking good. I like this fair value gap on 3 hours. Let me see 2 hours. Okay, why was I not seeing this one? This guy is a better entry. This high, this one here, this area is a better entry. You know, at least this one will tag you in faster than this one because price may just come play with this one and go. So this one may not even tag you. This second one may not tag you, but this first one, price should come for that one. Okay, good. So we have something interesting for AU. So we are going to wait now. Okay, 1 hour. Let's first of all confirm this expansion. When we are done with the expansion, we'll look for entries. So it's always direction. So we have direction. We have a target area. That's the DOL. So the next one is what to look for entries to play till that target. Okay. So direction is bullish. We have a place that we want to trade to. That's our target. That's our drawn liquidity. So what's the next thing you look for now? You just look for entries, you know, just look for entries to play till you reach your target. Is that okay? All right. So AUD USD, that's what I have. That's the direction I have for AUD USD. Okay. I'm done. So what else? What else? What else is there? Let's do Euro CHF and GA. Then we go. Okay. We do those two, then we call it a day. NZD card. Let me see. Let's do this one first. Okay. Let me zoom out. Okay. This was a major low. Where's my analysis? This was a major low. See where we started with a week. See this Euro CHF. I want us to buy this guy to this place. I'm telling you. This is it. This is it. So price coming here, we should buy till this guy back. So let's see now. So we have our direction now. We have our direction, right? We have our target, which is here. So what's the next thing to look for now? To continue is just to look for entries to play all along till we get to this place. All right. So let's see. How can we find the entries? Let's go to the daily time frame. Daily had this guy. This guy was on the daily, was very fine. This one, you can even trace it back to this place. All of them is still very fine, but let's stay with what we know. This was nice. We had another expansion here. Okay, so let me see the 4 hours time frame. There's something that's happening here that I like a lot. Let me see the 4 hours time frame. So the 4 hours time frame printed, this guy is fine. See, just imagine everything, and then there's a huge fair value gap. Very interesting. So that'll be for much later. Let's be here for now. We are here for now. So what is happening here is very interesting to me. I want this place to serve as inducement. Okay, I want here to serve as inducement. So the price will break the inducement, tap into this guy. You know, there's a fair value gap there. Price will break the inducement, tap into the fair value gap, and then we can look for what we can look for buys from here. Is that okay? It will be that price does not give me a trade opportunity here. Then I'll now turn my focus to this guy. Is that okay? But you see, we are still very bullish and we have a high target to get to. So you just need to look for entries. So I like what's happening here currently. I just want price to sweep this guy, tap here like this, and then we can now start buying. So our TP1 will be this high. Is that okay? But for now, it's not yet ready. It's not yet ready. Price should touch here and then give us something like this. Then you know that if we get a buy from here, this guy should fly to heaven at this point. First, this would be our TP1. Okay. And then TP2. Let me see where we're going to do TP2. Well, anywhere within the range, really, because we are going to be trading. We should be trading all the way till this guy. So it's just for us to join any of the stations. So this is a station. This is a station. So this one is closest to us. So we should look to play from here. Okay. So we're going to enter here based on confirmation. So when trade drops inside this guy and gives us this, we should look for a trade to buy to this place first of all, at least before we get to the final drawn liquidity. Please, I hope that's clear. I hope that's clear. All right. All right. Okay. What's next? I said GA, right? GA, and then someone is saying AUD, someone is saying NZD card. So this GA, let me look at this GA. Let's look at this GA. GA is doing something interesting. GA was supposed to buy from here, right? But for now, it's not strong enough. So I want to believe it wants to come down for a more refined expansion there. So I'm going to hold off on that. So, but what's the current information? GA is currently creating an order flow and it is following it. This was it. See, this was what happened. Can you see? This was a key level with liquidity. So price just tap here and it's dropping. Is that okay? So let's check the daily. So ever since then, price was just dropping. So this was on that weekly, sorry, come back to the weekly. This was a new expansion on the weekly time frame. Have you? So this week just came, tapped that expansion. See, look at it. This week just came, tapped that expansion, and then it's falling back down. So we should sell till this place. Okay. Let's see the daily time frame. Oh, beautiful. So the daily time frame now. So this guy was nice. So the daily now, what am I looking for? Look at now. Ask me, what's the most recent expansion? I'll tell it to this guy. Okay, this is the most recent expansion. So I want price to trade inside this guy, and then we fall from there. Is that okay? Now, normally I would love to just enter my trade from the 4 hours time frame, but there's no fair value gap. So I'll be very objective now. So I want price to enter here, then maybe H1 or well, H1 here should give me something, or H4 should give me something like this, like an expansion to the downside. Then this will now be our entry. And if you get an entry from here, don't worry, just sell it to this place. This will be your TP1. This will be your TP2. Is that okay, please? That's GA. That's GA direction. You see that we are still following this order flow. So we have tapped here. So we're going to come back for this guy because these are our new trading range. So you should come into the premium price, right? And sell back down till this place. Is that okay? All right. So that's GA from me. So I'll be looking at that. If we have an entry, I will let you know on the live session. Okay? Good. Lastly, let's do NZD card for Mr. Shegun. What's this guy doing? Let me clear my chats. I was not. Let me analyze it from scratch. Let me see. Okay. Monthly was sweeping the high, but it's not done anything. Okay. Weekly did something here. Also swept the previous week high. Good. Okay. So normally we should call for the low, right? But something has happened again in this week. This week now was supposed to not sweep this low. So the fact that I swept this low now, this is trouble for that sell. Okay, that's why the price may even come for here because of what has happened here. You see, it has also tapped an expansion that happened here. See, that starts here, swept the previous week's low, and it's now giving us bullish intent. So let's see the daily for information. Oh, okay. Let me clear everything so I can see well. So daily now did something nice here too. It swept the previous day high. You should come for this guy. And then today did something insignificant also. Swept the previous day's low. You should come for here at least, first of all. So those cells that I was looking at is now, those cells are not strong anymore because of the way price is coming back and where it is coming from. Is that okay? You know, on the weekly time frame, we're looking at selling because of this guy, So we're supposed to sell. But the way price has come back, the way price has come back by sweeping here also to come for the high, also reacting off this guy like this. So this is a problem. So we should trade till this point. Is that okay? Now let's see the daily. You can also see the daily is still giving us the same thing by sweeping here to come for here. So they now did what? Swept the yesterday's zone to come for. So there's so much information to buy, please. So let me see H4 for confirmation for what's it called? For alignment. Okay. H4. Okay, H4 should expand. H4 should expand. There was an opportunity here to trade though. I have one entry model there that played out very beautifully. But that one has passed because I was analyzing it. So the next expansion that should present itself is here. Okay, so you're buying, right? You're buying. Okay, yes. It's good. You're doing a good thing by buying. So I need this guy to close like this. Okay. To confirm an expansion. If this happens, then we can take from here till drawn liquidity. So we have direction, we have target. So what we need is entries. Okay, so this is the next line of action. Price to take here, and then do this, and then buy. Okay, so this is nice for a buy for now. So those cells have become very, very shaky, very, very shaky. The only thing that can make me sell again is if, let me say, in the next 2 days that is remaining in this week, the candle close like this. The next week now come and sweep this one and now start selling like this. I can now resume my sell, idea. But for now, we are buying. Is that okay? For now, we are buying. All right. So that's that from me for currencies. That's that from me for currency. So let's see what the day has for us. Okay. Can we touch Syntex for 2 seconds before we go? Can we touch for 2 seconds before we go? Okay, so FX Vol 20 I started a retracement. Let me see the weekly information. Okay, it's just consolidating. Okay, you know why it's acting like this? Because it just reached the all-time high. So it's trying to get new information for us to work with. Okay, but with the way price did this, maybe that's the reason why it's funding those cells. But let's see the daily before that. Because daily gave us a very nice buy opportunity here. All right. So that's why we're still looking to buy this guy. And you see, we also had previous day low sweep here. Previous day was swept there. So normally we're supposed to buy till here. We're supposed to buy till that point. So let's see. Let's see what price may be going for. Let me see if there's something that price is looking for down there. Let me see H4 time frame. Okay. Well, this trade is still bullish. I don't think that, of course, still it proves otherwise, because trade can just come, take here, take all this low and buy. If you see this is like our QMR situation where we have a sweep and then we are having break of structure like this. So this guy can be inducement. Price wants to just sweep, tap into this lower price and then buy again. It's very, very possible. Okay. So the information is still looking bullish. This might just be a deep pullback. Let me see 2 hours. We have another block that is down there. That price I'm looking for. Okay, we have fair value gap. Okay. Okay, we have fair value gap. Let me see 2 hours again. As price touch it, I don't like when my other block has been mitigated already. This guy mitigated it. Let me see 4 hours. Okay, but there's no problem. This guy can just be inducement. See the way price swept this guy, right? See the way. Sorry. Let me turn on my magnet, please. Okay. See the way price took this guy like this. Okay. So we're looking for price to buy. So this was like a sweep, and then we now had break like this. So this was a break. So this is inducement. So price can take from here, accumulate, and then start buying. But if that doesn't happen, then maybe he wants to go for the lows. Is that okay? But for now, this is still a very solid idea. I'm still interested in these buys. These buys are still looking very nice. I'm being very honest. This area is still looking fine, but I will know what to do when price trades inside there. Okay. So for now, just wait. For now, just wait. Okay. For now, just wait. Okay. Let me see. 40 wants to buy. 40 wants to buy. Let me see the weekly. But it's not yet ready. So after taking this guy, okay, I think he's retracing. So you see, this was the last low. This was the last low. This was the last low that price broke and then came back to react from. So this is like a retracement into something. Let's see the daily. Okay. Daily had expansions. Daily expanded at this point. really expanded at this point. So price just wants to come back to the premium zone. And you see, we have all these other blocks here, and fair value gaps are lying down there. So 40 can still very much enter here and drop. Is that okay? All right. So that's that. That's that. 60. I don't have anything yet for 60. 60 is just being very wonderful. So just see the market action, the price action there. Nothing is clear for me yet. Okay. The X1. The X1 is doing is consolidating here. Do you know why? Because we swept here for a sell, and it also came here for a buy. So that's what always happens. It will fight. It will fight because it wants to know, where am I going to go? Okay, it's fighting at that point. So there's nothing I cannot advise you to do anything here. So allow there to be a proper expansion, and then you know what to do. Okay. And then ahead is this guy I really like. There's this place I really like here. So if price comes here, I'll see look for something here, sharp. Is that okay? Let me see flip 2. Flip 2 is crashing down, crashing down. There's something on this flip 2 here. Let me just show you. This guy, flip 2 coming for this place. There's a fair value gap there. There's inducement. There's everything I want. So let me just cover the fair value gap. Yes. If you look here, you see a fair value gap and an expansion. What's the time, please? Okay. I don't have time again. So this, see this fair value gap, see this key level. So price may be looking to come back for this guy on flip 2. So let's wait for this other block on flip 2. And I think we should get some buys from here. I think we should get some buys from here on flip 2. Okay. All right. So lastly, 3. What's happening on 3? 3 is still trying to sell. It's still trying to sell. We finally tapped this guy again. Okay, but an expansion did not produce itself. So we need an expansion, a proper expansion, so that this guy will now be valid for itself. Because this retracement that is going now is coming back from when there was no expansion. So I don't have anything from there yet. Is that okay? But if we can now get this to confirm that yes, we want to sell. So any buyback is a retracement for us to drop. So that's that. That's that from me. That's that from me on the synthetics part of things. Let me see. Okay, this one is not clear for me. And then lastly, okay, flip 5. Flip 5 should buy now. Flip 5 should buy. Let me see the 4 hours. Okay, it's still accumulating, but it's looking like it wants to buy. So let me see the 1 hour time frame. Okay. So this guy was selling like liquidity. Price has swept it. Price just swept it with this guy, and he's starting to buy. So I think there's a possibility that we should buy flip 5. Is that okay? All right. So that's that from me today. Unfortunately, we'll need to call it a day here, and give room for 10 o'clock. So thank you very much, everybody. If you are joining us for the first time, it's good to have you here. You are welcome. And we are going to meet same time, same place tomorrow. Have a lovely day and have a lovely rest of the week.